How's it going? Nick from Beer-Gineers here, and I am so excited about this. And I know I sort of tend to over-egg the pudding sometimes, but this is the Handsome Prince, a triple IPA coming at 10% from Brew. Yeah, so that's enough to get you excited. But on top of that, it's a Citra single hopper, my favourite hop. And to really over-egg the pudding, if you read the tasting, well, not tasting notes, you read the recipe. This is brewed with 40 grams per litre of hops, which is insane. Double IPAs, a really very heavily hopped beer, will be something like 26 grams per litre. And this is 40. Now, these days, it's not necessarily just about the grams per litrage, because you can get, for example, cryo versions of hops, which is effectively like the sticky extract of the resin. Yeah, it looks like brown sticky gloop. Yeah, rather than the sort of the dried hop pellets or whole hops. But nevertheless, 40 grams per litre. That is nuts. Hops says Citra, Citra. Nice. Yeah, and I think in fairness, Brew is a one-man band, apparently. Yeah, it's one dude effectively brewing in a shed on his dad's farm. I got it from Baron Direct. I specifically made a direct purchase from Brew, because that's the only place I can get this. And I got a few of the beers as well, but I got multiple versions of this because I'm so confident it's going to be special. This could push them into my top 4 or 5, you know, if this is as good as I think what it's going to be. Again, another plus to add to the many is a 500ml can. Yeah, so you get an extra 60 millilitres. I think it costs about £8, which you might think, oh, fucking hell, £8 for one can. But if you think things like, you know, putty, what else has come out recently? Big triple IPAs. You're looking for the very best triple IPAs. You're looking like a tenner now. So, enough. You know, 2 minutes in. Let's see. So, very little sort of pop. Yeah, so not that heavily carbonated, I don't think. So, excuse my hard pour. This is how we do things. Into the grain bill, did I? Yes, it's very detailed, but basically malts, oats, and wheat. Yeah, in summary. Just go into more detail than that, but I won't bore you with it. So, it looks inauspicious in the sense that it's a deep amber colour. It doesn't look particularly thick. Well, thicker than it just looks like an inauspicious double IPA. As I suspected, you can see it's low carbonation because it's coming down already. Let's see what we're getting on the nose. Not a huge nose. Just hints of tropical. No dank. Okay, but that can be misleading. The only way to tell is to go for it. Chin chin. Oh. Juicy, fruity, tropical. A bit of earthiness at the back. We've got all worlds collide. So basically, there's a lot going on, and you've got like just this like borderline white light, white heat moment. You know, where sort of the hoppiness sort of kicks in. It's surprisingly accessible, but it's Citra. We've got elements of mango, pineapple, a bit of sort of herbalness, a bit of lychee maybe. The only thing it's missing, I think, is that sort of verdant earth, soil dankiness. There isn't much dank in this, but it's pretty intense, sort of tropical. I'd maybe like and this is just me personally, I'd maybe like a bit of sort of like a really sort of bitter grapefruit bit at the end, but we're not really getting that from Citra this year. In previous years, you've had that sort of real sort of bitter grapefruit finish to heavy Citra beers, and it just doesn't seem to be the case with Citra this year, and I've experienced this from all the beers I've been drinking. Bloody hell. So for that reason, I mean, I think I could give this to my daughter, who, you know, she's she's 20, so relatively experienced in terms of drinking sort of, you know, these sorts of beers, and I think she would enjoy this. Oh yeah. So if you're trying to get people into triple IPAs, this is a beer I'd give. Me personally, I like a bit more grunt, a bit more challenge, a bit more edge, but it's fantastic. Plenty of juicy, fruity, tropical notes bouncing around. Low body. To be honest, you know, you'd think you were drinking a double IPA. There's no. It's not too sweet. I did the Patternist triple IPA, and that was too syrupy. That drinks like a double IPA. It's pretty dangerous. Rating. It's not going to get up there with the very best because it hasn't got enough challenge and edge for me personally. But I think most people drinking this would be, you know, into hoppy beers would go, fucking hell, you know, that's pretty full on. I'll give you 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for the Handsome Prince triple IPA. What do they say? There's loads of detail in terms of how they explain it. But they said, what a good way. And so at the end, it says, what a good way to burn through our earnings. Yeah, 40 grams per litre. Oh my God. Man, hops in that, I can only imagine. So well done to Baron. Yeah, check him out. Micro business. Yeah, so I'm not disappointed with buying multiple cans of this. So yeah, 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Cheers.